of 13 free-to-play games coming out in 2025.
13. Wow, that's a lot to unpack. Where'd you even find this list?
So it looks like it's from some gamers YouTube channel, but it's got some pretty interesting titles on there.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, sometimes those kind of like niche sources have some good info, stuff that doesn't always make it to the big gaming news sites.
Right. Like it feels like we've got some insider intel or something.
Totally. And release dates, those always change. Games get delayed, stuff happens, but it's like a snapshot of what's coming down the pipeline, what people are hyped about.
Exactly. It gives us a sense of the trends in gaming, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's catching people's attention. Okay, so first up is ALARA Prime. And this one immediately stood out to me.
Oh yeah, why is that?
Well, okay, so it's a shooter, right?
Yeah.
But it's got this crazy 4v4v4 format.
Yeah.
That's 3 teams battling it out.
Whoa. 3 teams. Okay, that is unique. I haven't seen that before. Most shooters are team versus team. So how does that even work?
Right. So from what I gather, the roles, they rotate between attack and defense.
Oh, so you're not just stuck in one role the whole time. That's pretty smart. Keeps things dynamic.
Yeah. It's imagine you're defending 1 minute, then you're on the attack the next. Makes you think on your feet. Mm-hmm. They've got these 4 classes, right? Assault, infiltrators, support, and engineers.
Classic class-based setup. Gotta have that variety, right? So you're thinking this one has some real potential, huh?
Definitely. It sounds chaotic in the best possible way. Okay, next on the list, the hidden ones. And I'll admit, I'm a sucker for a good story. And this one mentions a story mode.
Ooh, story mode. Yeah, that makes it sound like they're going for a more narrative-driven experience.
Right, not just all about the action, the shooting and stuff. There's a deeper layer to it, which I kind of dig.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what kind of story they're going to tell.
Yeah, in a world of battle royales, Where it's all just about survival, that's a bold move. Focusing on story could be really refreshing,
Totally. All right, mark your calendars for this next one. FragPunk, they've got a closed alpha coming up June 27th to July 1st, 2025.
Oh, that's so what's the deal with this one? Another shooter.
It is, but it's built as a hero shooter, Overwatch, where each character has their own unique abilities and stuff.
Right. Hero shooters are huge. So what sets this one apart?
Well, from what I'm seeing, it looks like they're really leaning into customization, personalized loadouts for your heroes, really dialing in your playstyle.
Ah, so it's not just about picking a hero, it's about making that hero your hero. Cool. Yeah. PC and Xbox too, right? I saw that.
Yeah, PC and Xbox. So that's good news for folks who don't want to be tied to just one platform. Gives them more options. All right, Paradise is up next, and this one is, it's pretty wild.
Wild how? Lay it on me.
They're using some seriously advanced AI for their NPCs, the non-player characters.
Ooh, that's interesting. So we're not talking about your typical shopkeeper with 2 lines of dialogue.
No, they're saying this AI is next level. Imagine an NPC who remembers your previous interactions, what you said, what you did, and changes their behavior accordingly.
That is next level. That would make the game world feel so much more alive, wouldn't it?
Right, you're not just interacting with a script, you're interacting with almost a real character. It's kind of blurring the lines between game and reality in a way.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, how far can they push this? Where's the line between, a really good AI and actual sentience? I mean, it's a game, but still.
Yeah, it definitely raises some interesting questions about the future of gaming and AI. It's exciting, but kind of scary at the same time.
Definitely. Okay, what's next on the list?
All right, so we've got Goal AS, and this one's for all you soccer fans out there.
Soccer, nice. So what's the hook with this one?
Big thing here is cross-platform play, meaning PlayStation, Xbox, PC, everyone can play together.
Oh, nice. No more console wars on the soccer field. Finally. That's awesome. And are they going for a realistic sim or more of an arcadey experience? What's the vibe?
Well, from what I'm reading, it seems like they're trying to strike a balance. So appeal to both casual players and hardcore fans.
Trying to please everyone, huh? That's always a tough one to pull off. But if they can nail it, this goal-less could be a real contender,
Totally. Okay, buckle up for this next one. Arena Breakout Infinite.
Infinite. Sounds intense already.
Oh, it is. They're comparing it to Escape from Tarkov, which, if you're not familiar, is hardcore, super realistic, high stakes.
Oh, I've heard of Tarkov. Yeah, it's you go in, you loot, you try to extract, and if you die, You lose everything.
Permadeath, no second chances.
Yeah.
So Arena Breakout Infinite, they're going for that same kind of like tension and intensity.
Wow. Yeah, that's not for the casual gamer. That's for people who really like to feel the pressure.
Exactly. Okay, this next one is, well, it's already generating some buzz and maybe a bit of controversy. Light of MOTIRAM.
MOTIRAM. Haven't heard of that one. What's the controversy?
So people are comparing it visually to Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, interesting. Horizon. That's a big name to live up to.
Right, and it's not just like the general concept. It's like specific things, the lush environments, the robotic creatures. Like the comparisons are pretty noticeable.
Yeah, I see where the controversy comes in. It's a fine line between, taking inspiration and just straight up copying.
Exactly, and it's going to be interesting to see how Light of MOTIRAM kind of like carves out its own identity.
Yeah.
Because the comparisons are definitely there.
For sure. Players are going to be looking for something that sets it apart. Like, what makes it unique? What makes it more than just, a Horizon clone?
Totally. Okay, let's switch gears to something a little more fantasy-based. King Arthur, Legends Rise.
King Arthur. Now, that's a classic. What kind of game are we talking?
So it's open-world exploration mixed with turn-based combat.
Ooh, I like that combo. Classic RPG vibes. So, you explore the world, you gather your party, fight some baddies.
Pretty much. And get this, they're saying there are 10 open-world zones to explore.
10. Wow, that's ambitious. What else? What else makes it stand out?
Well, you can collect heroes, right? But they're all from, Arthurian lore. So you could have, Lancelot on your team, or Guinevere.
That's cool. Leaning into the mythology, I bet that'll appeal to fans of the whole King Arthur legend.
Right. It's it's adding that extra layer of depth and immersion, because you're not just playing with random characters, you're playing with these iconic figures.
For sure.
All right, let's hear about the next one.
Okay, this next one is this is for the hardcore survivalists out there. Persist Online.
Persist Online. Okay, I'm intrigued. What makes it hardcore? Zombies. Okay, zombie survival, but with a twist. When you die, you lose your backpack and everything in it.
Whoa. Talk about high stakes. That's brutal.
Right. Every encounter suddenly becomes way more intense because you're not just worried about dying, you're worried about losing all your hard-earned gear.
Yeah. That would definitely make me think twice about, rushing into a fight.
And they're saying that player interaction is a key part of the game. But, with that permadeath looming over you, it adds a whole new level of, tension to those interactions.
Oh, totally. Do you trust the other players? Do you cooperate? Or are you just waiting for the chance to, stab them in the back and take their stuff?
Right. It's it turns the whole social dynamic of the game into this, high-stakes game of trust and betrayal.
That's really interesting. It's not just about surviving the zombies. It's about surviving the other players.
Exactly. And then they've got these safe zones.
Yeah.
Right. Which are supposed to be these hubs for trading and interacting. But I can only imagine the tension in those safe zones. Because someone's going to try something.
Oh, absolutely. It's a temporary truce. Everyone's watching their backs, making deals, trying to stay alive. Man, that sounds intense.
It does. And speaking of intense social dynamics, up next is Star Wars Hunters.
Star Wars. Okay, I'm listening. What kind of Star Wars game are we talking about here?
So this one is described as a casual team-based shooter.
So maybe not for the, hardcore Battlefront fans, more of a, a quick pick up and play kind of thing.
Sounds like it. Something you could just jump into for a few minutes, have some fun, and then, go about your day.
Yeah, there's definitely a place for that kind of game. Not everything has to be a, 100-hour epic. Sometimes you just want something quick and fun.
Right. And it's coming to multiple platforms. PC, Switch, and mobile.
Oh, wow. So you can literally play it anywhere. That's smart. Makes it accessible to a lot more people.
Exactly. All right. We're getting close to the end of the list here. Next up is Fate Trigger, the Novita.
Fate Trigger. That name sounds pretty cool. What's the deal with this one?
So think anime aesthetics.
Yeah.
But with tactical combat.
Oh, interesting. Mixing genres, I like it. So are we talking fast-paced action or more strategic turn-based stuff?
Well, they're saying the matches are 30 minutes long, so I'm guessing it's a bit of both.
Yeah. Could be a good blend of action and strategy. Any other unique features that stand out?
Yeah. They have this gliding system, kind of like Genshin Impact, if you've ever played that.
Oh yeah, Genshin, that's a huge game. So you can like soar through the air, attack from above, all that. Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm imagining some pretty epic aerial battles.
Yeah.
All right, Black Stigma is next. And surprise, surprise, it's another hero shooter.
Another one. Wow, hero shooters are really having a moment. So what makes this one special? What sets it apart from the pack?
Well, they're really highlighting the diversity of their hero roster, like different backgrounds, different play styles, you know.
Oh, that's nice. Diversity is always a good thing, especially in a hero shooter where, you know, you want players to feel like they can see themselves represented in the game.
Exactly. And the more diverse the roster, the more variety in the gameplay.
Absolutely. Keeps things fresh and exciting. So when's this one coming out?
Q1 2025, so that's relatively soon, right?
Nice. We won't have to wait too long to check it out. All right, last one on the list. Let's hear it.
Okay, we're ending on Horizon Walker, and this one is a tactical RPG.
Tactical RPG, okay. I'm always down for a good tactical RPG. What's the setting? What's the story?
All right, so get ready for this. It's about these forsaken gods who are like invading through these dimensional rifts.
Forsaken gods. Okay, that sounds pretty epic. I'm listening.
And then there's this human god, right? Who stole the forsaken god's power and like used it for their own purposes.
Whoa. Okay, now that's a story I want to hear more about. A human god stealing power. That's ripe with potential.
Right. Like what happens to a person when they suddenly have that much power? Do they use it for good? Or do they, become corrupted by it?
Big questions. And the tactical RPG gameplay could be a really cool way to explore those themes. Like your choices in battle, the characters you recruit, they could all tie into that central conflict.
Exactly. And the fact that some of the developers worked on Last Origin, which is another pretty popular tactical RPG, that gives me some hope that they know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Track record is always important. So we've gone through the whole list now, huh?
We have 13 free-to-play games, all coming out in 2025. That's a lot to process. Hopefully you found some new games to add to your wish list, maybe even discovered a new genre to explore.
And hey, if you've got any thoughts on these games or, other free-to-play games we should check out, let us know. We're always up for expanding our gaming horizons.
Absolutely. Happy gaming, everyone.